We are joined in the Media Center by your Funny Car Mission Too Fast, Too Tasty winner, Bob Tasca. Bob, you had a pretty eventful day, eventful afternoon, and then you ended in a winner's circle. Just kind of walk us through everything.
Hey, listen, a vindication for two of the hardest working, most diligent people I've ever been around in my life, Aaron Brooks and Todd Okahara. This was for them. The 338 miles per hour, the 83, it just goes to show you that the hard work that they've put in and the attention to detail pays off. It's got nothing to do with the color of a manifold. It's all BS, really. It's just noise. And if you let it affect your thinking, your attitude, they win, we lose. That's the bottom line. And we walked into a buzzsaw this morning, very disappointed with how NHRA handled it. I'm going to leave it at that. I've already said enough about it. But we doubled down, and a special thanks to the Torrance family, because I was going to pack my stuff up and leave. I don't have a manifold per NHRA's standard that's legal, and I wasn't going to take one out of a box that had never been run and try to guess on a nozzle package. Steve Torrance took one off his race car, literally took one off his race car, brought it into our pit, and the first run we dropped the hole at 700 feet. It wasn't exactly, it was an unbelievable guess. And then the second run today, there was just a different mood in my pit for the better. These guys were focused on getting this race car right for that final round, moving up in the qualifying standings, and winning this race. Thank Mission. Makes Saturday like I feel like I'm in the winner's circle on Sunday, right? This is an awesome thing that they do. We take it very seriously. We wanted to win this thing. And to go out there and run 83, which was low by quite a bit, in 338 miles per hour, and we weren't even trying to run 338 miles per hour. People may not believe us, but we weren't. I mean, it was a setup in the car that we wanted to run like an 85, figured run 336, 335, and it goes 338. So if anyone questions whether or not this car can run 340, don't bet against me, I can tell you that much. We just got to get the right conditions. But this is a tribute, a vindication for Aaron and Todd. We don't condone cheating. We would never cheat. There was absolutely zero performance advantage on the manifold from Alan Johnson, who got a pretty good reputation in the sport, makes the part. Alan was very clear with NHRA. He vehemently disagreed with their decision. And then we just took one off another team's car, bolted it on our car, and did everything that we did with all the other ones. So I'm just real happy for Todd and Aaron, because even more so my reputation, it's their reputation. I mean, they're the tuners, they're the crew chiefs. I don't make these decisions, and hats off to them. I'm very proud of my team, and hey, listen, we got great momentum going into Sunday. It's going to be a little bit warmer, so we'll have to just tune for the conditions, but tacos on us tonight.
Bobby? Yeah. Deb, go ahead.
Down in the dumps with everything, thought you were going to pack up. How did it affect you emotionally when Steve took the manifold off his car and came over and said, "Here, use mine"?
Yeah, it just shows the camaraderie. Our crew chiefs and their crew chiefs, they're like family. And the Torrances, my wife, his wife, we're really close with them. I'm not going to go ask somebody to take a part off their car. I mean, but for them to come over and do what they did on that first run, I stopped in the pit, gave Mama Kay a hug, and Steve, and Billy grabbed me and said, "This is BS. I want you to know there isn't a part in these trailers that isn't yours, whatever you need." And it's just, I think it shows the camaraderie that's out here, right? And the family, and when racers come together, if I was doing something wrong, it's an embarrassment. They all knew that there was absolutely nothing. Like it's the embarrassment is on the other side, quite frankly. And racers come together, help one another, and grateful for what they did. And they still had nitro in the manifold. I mean, literally, they ran it. I don't know when. And obviously, we put it on our race car, and it made no difference whatsoever. So, a good day for our team. Started out pretty pretty tough, but at the end of the day, we focused in, we locked in on what we needed to do, and we accomplished the mission today. Got a lot more racing to go tomorrow, but this team is a dangerous team. You know, we get the right conditions. These Aaron and Todd get locked in, and you got to be on your A game to beat us. And clearly, they got that young Proc kid. You got that guy. Who was his name? He was just here. It was John Force, I think they call him. You know, this guy is just like, he's supernatural. Like, I don't understand how he keeps doing what he's doing. But the competition's tough, and it was a fun ride. I tell you, on the ride side of it, that thing was out of control leaving. It was moving around. I don't know if you saw it on the replay from behind, but I haven't driven a car that much to 300 feet in a long time. And then once it went past 300 feet, it kind of settled down and locked in. But that was a fun ride, man. I did some driving, and these guys did some tuning, and we came up on the winning side.
Bob, you're coming off a win in Vegas, obviously a win today. How do you feel about tomorrow?
Hey, listen, it's a whole new ball game. You know, I said very humbly about that Vegas win, you know, triple hole shot, the whole deal. I said, I promise you, you run that race 10 times in a row, you'll get 10 different outcomes. When you're at this level of competition, it takes a perfect call from the crew chief. The crew has to do everything right. The driver has to be perfect to beat 3 other competitors at the highest level. I mean, it's insane, honestly, to be able to win one of these 4 rides. It's probably an easier race to get to the finals, but is without question the most difficult race to win. So we're just going to take one round at a time. We'll play our strategy, when to throw down, when to maybe pull back, because you don't have to win each round. I mean, like you saw today, I came in second the first time. That was strategy. You know, we just wanted to get to the finals. We wanted to put a setup in. We weren't sure in the manifold. We knew Proc was going to throw down, and we didn't want to race Proc on the first round. Second round, we knew we had to race some pretty tough contenders, and we did just that. So a good day, and hopefully we can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just curious, you know, like with everything going on as a driver, when you get up to the staging lanes, you know, with everything happening in your mind, what direction, like mentally, did you take it? Was it, I'm going to stay super fired up about this and, you know, go down there, like you said, get that win for your crew chiefs? Or do you have to kind of calm yourself down a little bit so you can do things how you normally do?
They pissed me off. I was as pissed off as I've ever been in a race car today. And I just used that as energy to go out and kick their ass. Like, mentally, that was my mindset. And truthfully, I wasn't racing any of those racers up there. I was racing NHRA. And I was racing the reputation of my crew chiefs. I didn't give a shit who was in my lane 4, 2, 1, and that's what was in my head. And at the end of the day, had we run 83 at 338 and lost, I would have been just okay with that, because that's what we needed to do, and obviously it came up on the winning end. But no, I was pretty motivated that last run.
Deb?
Yeah, Bob, in all your years of racing, have you ever had another competitor in another class come and do for you what the Torrances did, and also, is that their manifold that you will run tomorrow?
So the answer to the question is yes, and that's the wonderful thing about this sport. I have given parts. I can't honestly say I've ever received a manifold off someone's car with the nozzles. That's a pretty big gift. But it happens out here all the time. And that's the beauty of NHRA drag racing, competitors helping competitors. I can tell you right now, Steve Torrance had a funny car, and he was racing me in the finals. He'd give me his manifold. And that's just the way our relationship is. And yes, if he asks for it back, I won't be here tomorrow. So at this point, he's going to have to let me use it a few more times, and we'll go from there.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.